How you going? Lincoln here from Landfish TV. If you've been following the channel, you would have noticed that, oh, sandfly. You would have noticed that I'm a pretty avid soft plastic fisherman around the land-based locations in and around Port Phillip Bay. Now, because of the videos, people end up asking me a fair few questions about the lures and the setups that I do use. Hopefully I'm going to make more videos about all that sort of stuff. But this video is about what lure you should use as a new person to soft plastics. What lure? What lure should I tell you about? Okay. So for a new person, get yourself a 2.5 inch curly tail grub. So motor oil color in a 2.5 inch curly tail will pretty much catch you everything. Everything that takes a lure and a soft plastic will eat one of those little grubs pretty much, and it's my fallback lure. So it means if I'm not catching on any other lure on the bigger soft plastics that I use or the other colors, I'll chuck on one of the 2.5 inch curly tail grubs in motor oil color, and often that will result in me catching a fish. Now it's good because of the size and the color imitates the smaller bait fish and prawns and things like that. So pretty much everything out there will have a go at it. So it's the general service lure, you could probably say. So if you're just targeting to catch a fish, doesn't really matter what it is, you just want to catch something, get your confidence up and use a 2.5 inch grub lure. I use another marsh fly. Oh sorry, they call them sandflies down here, don't they? It's chasing me around. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so pretty much if you just want to get out there and start catching fish to build your confidence up, get yourself the lure. And I pretty much love Z-Man soft plastics. So I'm not a brand snob, so you can use other brands in a curly tail that's got a motor oil type color in it. But yeah, I like using the Z-Mans. That's the packet that they come in here. So that has been ripped off, but that's a 2.5 inch curly tail in motor oil color. So they have a really nice action. That tail just flutters through the water really nice. It gets fish to go and grab it pretty easily. On my heavier rods, or if I want to cast a bit further, I'll use a heavier jig head, but the heaviest I'll probably use for these little plastics is a 1/8. And all of my hooks I use for soft plastics, par the really large soft plastics, is a 1/0 size hook. So on my lighter 1 to 3 kilo rod, I would run a 1/16 jig head and a 1/0 hook. And on the larger rods, so the 2 to 4 kilo or this 3 to 5 kilo I've got here, I'd need the heavier jig head to be able to cast it out, so you can actually get some distance there. So for people who are new, I'd probably recommend the 1/8 weight jig head and the 1/0 size hook. That'll just allow you to get it out there a bit further on your rod and feel it a bit better. Whereas with the lighter jig heads, you have to wait a while and you really need to be used to soft plastics to know when it's on the ground properly. Personally, I used some pretty light weights recently, and I've picked up some nice flathead doing that, and a couple of decent bream. But for the new person, definitely have that extra weight on there so you can get it out there and feel it a bit more. So for these soft plastics, you are going to need a lighter rod, so either a 2 to 4 kilo rod or a 1 to 3 kilo rod, or something in that range, just so you'll be able to get it out there and get a bit of a casting distance. Because if you don't, you're going to cast out and it's going to go 10 meters in front of you and you won't get that distance and cover the ground that you need to catch fish. So if you like the video, like it, subscribe, share it with your friends, check out the Facebook page, and I hope this gave you a bit of info and gets you out fishing. I'll chuck a link in the description to the Z-Man 2.5 inch grub, just so you know where you can buy it basically. Most good fishing shops will have it, but I'll chuck it in there so you can have a look anyway. Anyway, enjoy guys.